Hello everybody, my name is Ivica. Thank you so much for joining me on the latest episode of iGaming Podcast. This is a podcast about the video game industry, entrepreneurship, gaming nostalgia, short, narrative, horror games, and many more things I find to be in the same realm of business and creative ventures. Like always, first and foremost, a big thanks goes to my Patreon supporters. Without your generous and continuous monthly donations, I would not be able to continue making these episodes. Now, this is episode 275 and it's all about a game. A short narrative horror game with a cryptic name, which is SCP-342-The Ticket. Now this game is really interesting because it managed to be made in a super short period of time. It was actually built in 3 weeks through a kind of game jam, a SCP themed game jam. If you don't know what SCP is a fictional foundation that is exploring and documenting paranormal, supernatural, and other outworldly anomalies, which are called SCPs. And this game is set in the same universe. Why is it interesting? Well, because 2 students that are presently attending, they're presently in the state of blockade, like the rest of the students in Serbia, that's ongoing for nearly 6 months due to the collapse of the railway canopy in Novi Sad that took 16 lives. These 2 students are in, like everyone else, in a state of blockade. They're not attending university, but they're still making incredible stuff. And one of these projects is the SCP-342, The Ticket, which was created through that game jam. Now, built by only 2 really talented game developers and game designers, they managed to get a pretty interesting following or a pretty good reception for the game on itch.io, where you can find the game and try it out as well. So it got over 150k impressions on its page, which is really impressive in a 7-day period, but it also got over 700 downloads, which is amazing, being that it's not easy to kind of get noticed and get seen on itch.io. This shows that the ticket has a really big appeal to horror gaming fans and anyone who is like into these short narrative horror titles. The link, like I say, is in the description below. You can check it out, you can try it out, because I think it's well worth your time if you're interested, especially if you're interested in the SCP concept or universe, fictional universe. But once again, it shows how much you can do with very little in a super short period of time, just 3 weeks. It's under a month, just 2 developers, but still something that is clearly resonating with the audience. In terms of the gameplay itself, I'm not going to go into it in any major detail, but let's just say that it involves a train ride that kind of keeps repeating and repeating, and it represents kind of a small encapsulated experience of dread, horror, and mystery, which is kind of the point of SCP Foundation, which is again why clearly the game resonates with so many players, and it managed to achieve a not small level of success. Instead, for itch.io and for indie games, especially these small games, this is really impressive. Like I say, it's close probably to 1000k downloads. Again, a massive experience for these developers, a massive success for these developers, being that it shows that kind of a process of fast development with iterations and a clear focus is very much able to create stuff that people will connect with, that people will play, that people will enjoy, and not just play but also potentially watch through social media, on video sharing platforms, do other stuff, and it all fits in the wider SCP ecosystem, SCP narrative space, which I love. I love the expanded and kind of integrative universes of fictional art, and SCP is one of them for sure. But now we have another addition to the same universe, which is SCP-342, The Ticket, and big congrats to both Vidan and Alex who managed to create this game. And please, everyone else, check out the game. The link is in the description below. Try it on itch.io, try it, enjoy it. It's completely free, so give it a shot and let these developers know if you like it. I think they would very much appreciate it. But once again, a big congrats to the both of them, to the duo that made this game, and I'm very much looking forward to new games from the same clearly very capable, very innovative and very talented minds of game developers, of young and promising game developers who are only starting out. There you have it, that's all for this episode. Please check out the game. Like I said, the link is in the description below. Try it out, enjoy it, share it, and help these developers get even more recognition, even more traction for a game they clearly deserve. That's all for this episode. Thanks so much for being here. Thanks so much for listening. If you'd like to support me, please check out my Patreon page. Please check out my channel memberships. Please check out my books on Amazon. All of those links are in the description below as well. But of course, the cheapest, easiest, fastest way to support me is just to subscribe to my channel and be here for my new clips. That's all for me. My name is Ivica. Thanks again for being here. Have a great day, have a great week, and I'll talk to you in precisely 7 days from now. Until then, bye bye.